What's up, everyone? Tony Pizza Guy here, and Eric Bischoff was interviewed recently, and he was posed the question, where would WCW be if it were still around today? Now, I thought that was a very interesting question. We'll go on Eric Bischoff's opinion, then I'll talk about what I think would happen if WCW were still around today. He says, it's impossible to answer with any credibility because there's just no way of knowing. Had we had the television, had we had the financial backing the way we did, by the way, it wasn't a question as to whether or not we were going to get the financial backing. We had it. That wasn't the reason why we didn't acquire WCW. The reason we didn't acquire WCW is an incoming, rotating door, new head of Turner at the time, took primetime television literally out of the deal we had already negotiated. Once that happened, there was no way to make any sense of it. It was really just a video library and some ring mats. There was no way of knowing. I could tell you what you would have liked to happen, but who knows what would have happened. So, basically, WCW would have been kept around, but they were going to cut out the primetime Monday Nitro slot and give it a different time slot. That's the reason why WCW wasn't around. Would it have worked if they were in a different time slot? Yeah, probably. Could they have gone for another network? Maybe. But they had the Turner financial backing. Excuse me, Turner. Not Tyner, whatever I said. They had the Turner financial backing. So, it's the fans would have found it regardless of. They could have easily gotten the time slot back. But Eric Bischoff, I think, just got fed up. Where would WCW be if it were still around today? Well, there are rumors that WCW had this idea called the Big Bang. What WCW was going to do was they were going to close their doors for a couple days, maybe a month or two, and come back completely rebranded. They were going to snatch up some of the ECW guys that went out of business, such as RVD, Jerry Lynn. Guys like that, they were going to snatch up, bring into WCW, make them big stars, and try to make WCW something awesome. Now, like you said, there's really no way of telling where WCW would be. I feel that it would be somewhere in the ranks of where TNA is at. A lot of guys that are in TNA now were in WCW at the end of its dying days. Like AJ Styles was over there. I remember Chris Harris was over there. And you could probably see things and people like Kevin Nash, Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall. Those guys probably never would have went back to the WWE, back to the WWF, because we know when it went out of business, a lot of guys went over. Guys like Booker T would never be in the WWF. Guys wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Booker T probably wouldn't be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Things are so much different now that WCW went down. Honestly, I think it's better that WCW did close. I mean, it sucks. It would be cool if it was still around. But WCW was poorly mismanaged at the end. You had a company that was barely surviving. They were giving away free tickets, I hear, all the time. And they tried to make it as best as they could, but Vince owning it was just the way that it ended up. Now, guys, let me know one fantasy thing below that you would like if WCW were still around today. What do you see happening? Anyway, guys, Tony Pizza Guy, brag out.